So good afternoon, the viewers. I want to present something which is related to high teaching to high learning. Uh, Actually, we are addressing some real world problems. So there were two students involved in this kind of presentation. I mean, this kind of research, and one faculty, that's me. So we belong to lovely Professor University, Fagwada, Punjab. This was a instruction plan which was given by the university. The idea is to make the research ready for the publication. That's it. So in this, we are encouraging three kind of CAs. Actually, it is a matter of uh, any kind of activity or any kind of teaching that starts. That start with the initial phase, that how much a teacher is encouraged and how much he is able to think about the success of the students. So I start with three different type of CAs, and that focuses a practical step-by-step approach to tackle the real-world challenges. So idea is to encouraging structured thinking of the students. These were the three different CAs that I have introduced, and all three CAs are having 100 marks each. So first is to formulate a problem which is related to a real world problem. Actually, I always encourage sustainability in my teaching. So there are three types of sustainability, three pillars of sustainability that should be interconnected to ensure a healthy society, environmental and economic conditions of the society. Okay. Second is assess the various design principles based on the traditional wisdom. So once you are formulating a problem, then then check what kind of traditional wisdom which are already available, which our ancestors has already given as a blessing, and then incorporate a multidisciplinary and novel and innovative ideas, which is contributing modern technology, or which is incorporating modern technology, or all with the traditional wisdom, and develop a kind of a prototype which will be helpful for the society. The student output is not only leading to the publication with the help of teachers' guidance, but also derive a real world, eco-friendly, sustainable solution that can serve the society in the long term. This was the idea actually. So this was the problem which students have identified. The modern cities are becoming a concrete jungle, so energy demands are growing to cool down the built-up spaces. This we all know. In the process, the return air from the air condition mixes with the surrounding and damages the microclimate. This process is continuous without break. This could be disaster to the environment in the future. Consequently, this has a extremely bad effect on the human health as well as environmental health in the long term. To mitigate these conditions, traditional wisdom marry with the modern technology and offer a sustainable, eco-friendly triple harvest solution. So we are encouraging some triple harvest solution to mitigate this kind of problem, which I have already discussed. So what kind of state of art that student come up with? The triple harvest cool down, downdraft cool down the system, cultivates an environmental friendly contact free air to ensure a human comfort conditions indoor. So the idea is and instead of relying on the electricity, or instead of relying on the mechanical and electrical support, we have developed a project, a prototype, which is a spontaneous cycle, which is working on a spontaneous cycle in which the production and consumption will be happening at the same time. And the proposal is functioning on the interoperability, which is built on a system to produce a renewable energy and consuming at the same time within the same system. This is based on the triple applications of three different principles at one time. One is evaporative cooling, another is the Venturi effect, and third is the Faraday law of electromagnetic induction. So the entire project is based on the three different principles. So principles are already, uh, you know, uh, checked and verified by different researchers. And we are doing some multidisciplinary project. So that's why three different principles have been, adopted to develop this kind of prototype. Now, you all know that air conditioning is costing a lot, and it is economically also and environmentally also. It is mixing with the environment, the heat which is coming back, and make the environment very heat up. So this is one of the problem of global warming. Although there are other problems also which are igniting this global warming. This can be one of the problem. And the carbon problem, I mean the carbon footprint that has been increased, that is also another problem of global warming. So we are coming up with certain solution which is mitigating these kind of problems. Now, if you see left side and the right side under the A, so this is a window which is, allowing the fresh air to come in. So the air is free of cost, which is available to us, and water is also available, which is of a negligible cost. Okay, and the terracotta pots are also almost no cost. I mean, it is not very expensive. So we are utilizing these kind of system to develop a project which is mitigating various problems of the society. So the propeller which you see underneath, I mean, if you see my cursor, the propeller will be switched on. There is a motor upside, and this motor will be connected to the electricity. Once you switch on this motor will allow the propeller to start working. Okay, the propeller will start working, so it will allow the wind to come through, to pass through. So there are seven different terracotta pots which will be filled with water. So water is filled only on one. I'll show you one of the plan also that will be helpful for you to understand. So it will be filled with the water on the first pot, and then it will be continuing and flowing into the seven different pots. And from the seven pot, when the water will be cooled down, because terracotta is cooling down the water because of the evaporative cooling, and then from there, the seven pot is sprinkling the water onto the terracotta tiles which are there underneath. Okay. So water is cooling down the air, and air is cooling down the water. This we are seeing in the summer time when a lot of heat is there, and when clouds are there and showers are there. So a cool breeze, which is very comfortable to the human body, is blowing. So water is cooling down the air, and air is cooling down the water. Even if the sun is throwing the temperature at peak, even then we are feeling cooling, smooth, cooling, comfortable environment because of the evaporative cooling. So this is functioning on that principle, which is the ecosystem, which has given us as a gift by the ecosystem. So the water will be collected at the lower underground tank, and the air which is cooling down, that will be transferred through the ducts on the right side, the B which you are seeing. From there, it will be taken to the different habitable spaces to cool down. Okay, and the water which is cooled down, that water will be taken to the air condition as a refrigerant. So in both way, I mean, water will be cooling down the air from the air condition, and the cool air will be transferred to the different spaces. And then water will be, this water will be again getting hot after passing through the coil of the air conditioning, and then it will again taken back to the overhead tank. From there, it will be transferred again. So the recycling of water is there. Air will be free of cost. So air will be coming from the environment. So in this way, water is recycled. So there's no such cost of water. only the motor which is working, that will be a cost of electricity that will be generating. But the top portion which you are seeing, the motor will be having a, conveyor belt which is connecting to the which is connected to another motor uh, that will be producing electricity because of the electromagnetic induction to a rotating shaft which is there in the middle on the left side of the motor. That this rotating shaft will be revolving between the two magnets, north pole and south pole. So that will generate electricity, and that will be stored into the battery. And through the inverter, it will again running the motor. So the consumption and production will be done in the same project. So if you see look at the plan, if you see at the first number, the propeller is in the middle. That will allow to suck the air from the window outside. And first will be filled with the water. It will be transferred to the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, and seventh. And from the seventh, the water will be certainly cooled down, and this cool down water will be sprinkling onto the terracotta tiles. If you see this, this is a conceptual sketch which we have done. So the water will be sprinkling onto a terracotta tile. This water is already cooled down. Okay, and the air which is coming from the outside, because that will be touching a filled water pots. So again, air will also be cooled down even while touching the terracotta pots. And then water will be cooled down while passing through the seven terracotta pots. And then this down water will be sprinkling onto the terracotta tile. And because of the evaporative cooling, it will further cool down and then collect into the water tank storage. And that will be this water will be used for the air conditioning to cool down the air. And this air which is cooling down, that will be taken to the ducts to the different spaces. So this is the methodology which has been adopted by the students. So we are using three different kind of cycle system. First is when the electric switch is on, that will open the wind catcher on the window. Okay, and that will start a propeller also. And on the left side, the electrical switching on the electrical motor. That electrical motor will be running the propeller, and propeller will be sucking the air from the outside, and water sprinkling system will also start because of the sensor system. And then cool down water will be dripped into the tank, and then cool air will be carried through the plurality of the ducts to the build space at different levels. So this tower can be placed on the terrace where air is available free of cost, and fresh air is also available. And water tank are always kept on the overhead tanks are also kept. So water and air is available free of cost. I mean, that is readily available. And then from there, these ducts can be taken to the different levels. Okay. And on the left side, electrical motor is switched on. It will start the electromagnetic induction motor to produce the renewable energy. And then it will be stored into the battery on the left side. And this battery will be by using inverter, this battery will be transforming the DC into the AC, and then again switching on the electrical motor. I mean, electrical switch. Now the electricity is not required because this is generating the electricity on its own. Okay. Now, what is the future scope of this project? The system can be fixed on an existing building with the minor alteration, or it can be designed in the proposed building as an integral part of the building. These benefits encourage industry to business model and contribute to the healthy development. The eco-efficient solution multiplier can contribute to the industrial process and attract the corporate progress. The invention is a futuristic, sustainable solution that demonstrate the innovation and novelty with the long-term ecological socio-economic benefits along with the luxury of healthy and comfortable conditions. That is a requirement of human being nowadays. So this was a publication done by two students and me. Actually, the idea was to encourage this kind of activity by developing the critical thinking of the students, which is having creativity, and that will structure the solving capability of the students also, and that will allow students to move beyond theory to the real application. So this was the idea, that just find a real prevailing problem, and design a practical solution which is helpful for the society, for the economy, and for the environment. So this was the idea. Thank you very much from my side.